Hey, what's up? Michael Nicastro here, coming at you from my apartment. I wanted to share with you something very special to me, something very personal, and something very inspiring, especially during a time like this. So, what I have in front of you is my vision board, and I don't really share this with too many people, only close friends, but I think right now I'm going to share with you and tell you what I've done and why this has been a great tool in my life. Before I show you my vision board, I just want to highlight 3 reasons why a vision board is a good tool, it's an effective tool for you. Number 1, it forces you to examine what you want out of your life, okay? So many of us are unsure of what we really want out of our life because we never really think about it and we just go through the motions. But I would encourage you to really think about your hobbies, your passions, what you like to do, what puts a smile on your face, and try to weave that into your idea of what you want your life to be. I was always passionate about food and beverage and bringing people together, like creating positive experiences. So I naturally gravitated to the restaurant industry, and it took some time for me to figure it out. But once I set my mind to it and I realized that this was for me, I was able to make a plan of action and steps that I could follow to reach my goal. Number 2, visualization. So your mind is a powerful tool, and the thoughts that you put in it will influence your actions, right? That's the thought process. So let's name some top athletes like Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, Kobe Bryant. All of these athletes, they're not just physically dominant, but they're also mentally strong and focused all the time. So seeing images or photos of experiences on a daily basis will put your mind in the right frame. Number 3, consistency. So Rome wasn't built in a day, and change doesn't happen overnight. So having a clear image of what you'd like to happen in your life really reinforces it and reminds you, because life is not going to be smooth all the time. You're going to have days where you're upset or depressed, but just looking at the board will kind of shift your mind and think about what you want and refocus yourself. Just a quick note, when you're making your vision board, I wouldn't only focus on material items, I would focus on how these things make you feel. So when I talk about a photo of me dining at a restaurant, I'm imagining me being with my friends, having a good time, socializing, laughing, or me with my girlfriend, having some wine, joking around, having a memorable experience, okay? So think about how these images will make you feel. Think of yourself as happy, as having a good time, as the life of the party, okay? It's not just about like having a nice car or a nice apartment, it's the feeling behind it. And lastly, this is some law of attraction stuff, and a lot of you are like, oh, this is kind of weird, attract all this stuff. You do need to take action, but this is mainly just to get your mind in the right state of mind, because everything starts with mindset. If you want to achieve a goal, it first starts with your mind. Like, can you do it? You need to believe in yourself, and then you got to make the roadmap and a plan to achieve your goal. But it starts with believing in yourself that you can do it. All right, so now I'm going to show you mine. Zoom in a little bit so you can see the photos. All right. So this board I created maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and it's basically a collage. You can search online how to create a vision board, but there's no real way. Basically, it's a collage of visions or goals that I have that I've attached a picture to, a photo to, that equate to my goal. So a couple photos I'll explain. Starting from the left, I have a picture of Danny Meyer and Union Square Hospitality Group. So I remember many years ago, maybe 6-7 years ago, I read Danny Meyer's book, Setting the Table, and I imagined working for one of his restaurants in New York City. And that's exactly what I did. And he's up there. There's a pizza up there. I'm from Long Island, grew up in an Italian-American community, so I ate a lot of pizza. And a pizza's right there, boom. I worked at a Danny Meyer pizza restaurant called Marta, so that's there. I don't know how that happened. I have a couple photos of bottles of wine. I became a certified sommelier if you asked me 6, 7 years ago, I had no idea that would happen, but I knew I wanted to, be around some wine and spirits. Moving to the right, I have a photo of a dining room of a restaurant. It's the Modern, another Union Square Hospitality Group restaurant. And I remember that this view, this angle of the photo, I actually sat at one of the tables that faces this way with my friend Jesse in Singapore. So shout out to Jesse. We sat right there and we saw this view. So a lot of things kind of happened if you put your mind to it and really think about things consistently, okay? Like, don't let go of your dreams, don't let go of your ideas, and having something like this just reminds you. And then looking back after the fact, you'll be amazed, you'll be astonished that some of the things may come true. Okay, and then going over here, like a photo of New York City. I'm in New York City now. We have photos of buildings. This is a blue building on the Lower East Side. I don't know, I've always liked it. And this is like kind of my ideal apartment situation. So maybe one day I'll have an apartment like that. So going down here, I have some travel pics of different places. I have Hong Kong. I have Korea. So these are the two places that I went to 2 years ago, and I spent some time, and I have a lot of good memories there. So that was very special to me. Japan I haven't been to yet, but I put it up there. This is Amsterdam and Sydney. Still haven't been there yet, but in time. This is a photo of a man in a suit, or a guy in a suit, someone in a suit. I just visualize myself as him. He has a smile on his face. He looks happy, and he's also doing some business. So that's something to look forward to. Yes, I'm sure you probably see this girl up there. She's just a pretty girl. Maybe I'll have a girlfriend like that, and you can see that she's smiling, so that's a good sign. In the middle, we have all this food too, like dim sum, gelato, coffee, sushi, bubble tea, a cannoli. All these pictures of food. Translation, I want to own my own restaurant someday. And then we also have some Chinese roast pork. Don't forget that. That's really delicious. I can go for some right now. And then we have a photo of Shanghai, the skyline of Shanghai, which is really amazing right over there. So I've spent a year there, and I was studying Chinese, and I had a lot of great memories there and a lot of life ups and downs, but overall it was a great experience. And yeah, so basically, as you can see here, I created this vision board, what I'm calling my vision board or my goal board, 5, 6, 7 years ago. I can't remember. And a lot of things on this board have come true, and a lot of things on this board are evolving and changing as I change in my life. So I would say, like, in times like these, I'd recommend kind of being grateful for what you have, and also looking ahead, playing for the long term, thinking about the future, and thinking about how you could best prepare for the future. And even doing something as silly as this could help you later on, right? That's all I got to say. I'm Michael Nicastro. Take care.